Thank you very much, Nat. So we start with the anthems as the two teams have made their way out onto the playing surface here at the Johan Cruyff Arena. It really is a sight to behold. A full house, of course, as these old foes cross swords once again. What an atmosphere inside the Johan Cruyff Arena here in Amsterdam. 3 years to the day since the great man passed away, and what a fixture to play to commemorate that occasion. The Netherlands got their Euro 2020 qualifying campaign off to the perfect start on Thursday. That was in the De Kuip Stadium in Rotterdam, where many Dutch fans would like all their home matches to be played as they have such a good record there. It was 4-0 against Belarus. 2 goals and 2 assists for Memphis Depay, Gini Wijnaldum and Virgil van Dijk with the other goals. Just one change for the Netherlands from that lineup. Sevilla winger Quincy Promes, who Southampton have twice tried to sign, he comes in for Steven Berghuis in a 4-3-3 formation. Cillessen in goal. Dumfries, who's recovered from the slight groin problem he picked up. De Ligt, Van Dijk and Blind. In midfield, De Roon, De Jong and Wijnaldum. And the front three, Promes, Depay and Babel. You can hear the pre-match formalities underway with our referee from Spain, Jesus Gil Manzano. As for Germany, well, as we mentioned earlier, 7 changes to the side that drew 1-1 with Serbia in a friendly in Wolfsburg on Wednesday. The players coming in, Thilo Kehrer of PSG, Antonio Rudiger of Chelsea, Nico Schulz, who we haven't seen a lot of, Matthias Ginter of Borussia Mönchengladbach, Toni Kroos, who we know very well, of course, and the Bayern Munich duo of Serge Gnabry and Leon Goretzka, who came off the bench to equalise against Serbia on Wednesday. So it looks like 3-5-2 for them. Neuer in goal, Rudiger, Ginter and Süle, the back three. The 5 in midfield, Kehrer, Kimmich, Goretzka, Toni Kroos and Schulz. And it looks like Sané and Gnabry playing as a rather unusual and unorthodox front two, but we'll see how that pans out. That's certainly what UEFA are telling us. They're not always correct, of course, but this is Germany's first qualifier of the Euro 2020 qualifying competition, and they get us underway in their traditional white jerseys, black shorts and white socks, attacking the goal away to our left-hand side. The Dutch in their very familiar orange tops with white shorts and orange socks, and it really is a terrific atmosphere here between two sides who have such a rich history, have played each other so many times in so many critical matches in major tournaments. And here's another one. Here's Leroy Sané for Germany on the halfway line, finds Toni Kroos, gets it out to the right-hand side. Germany would love a fast start here. It's Sané who just tries to tickle it forward, and the Dutch get it away. But I think it's going to be a terrific contest there. I think the pace of the game and the tempo is going to be pretty full on.
Well, it's a really fast start. Certainly you can see Holland getting after the ball as soon as the Germans have it, but it's a confident start from them, especially from Leroy Sané. He looks an electric ball.
Here come Germany into the penalty area, right-hand side. Sané was waiting for the cross. It never reached him. Hooked away from inside the box. They had 7 defenders back there, the Netherlands, and I think it will occasionally just be sheer numbers of bodies in there that will deal with the danger.
Well, as we said, really confident start here from the Germans, taking their time in possession, looking to quieten down that crowd. It's a great atmosphere, I have to say.
A lot of speculation as to how they'd line up. Here comes Sané, left side of the penalty area, tries to cross it square. It's Gnabry who gets the shot away. Down goes Cillessen to palm it away from danger, and it's hacked into touch on the far side. First real chance goes the way of Serge Gnabry.
Well, that man Sané, look at him just spinning off De Ligt. Showed too much pace and awareness. Great ball across the box. Gnabry just picks it up. He's gone for the near post, but Cillessen makes the save. Some comfortable height. Just wonder if it maybe had gone low across goal. I have to say though, again, it's a really bright start from the Germans.
Gnabry with 4 goals in 5 caps for Germany. It's been a wonderful start to his international career for the 23-year-old. Certainly we've seen Jogi Löw not afraid to dip into the young talent pool that Germany have as he looks to make serious changes from the side that won that World Cup in 2014. Certainly they've taken the bull by the horns here early on, Germany. They're dominating possession, and Sané is seeing plenty of the ball, and he's got it again in the centre circle, squares it for Gnabry, goes back to Toni Kroos in the centre circle. He looks to spread it out to the right hand side, and Thilo Kehrer, and it's all Germany here with 3 minutes gone. The Dutch have barely had a touch of the football. Wide this time by Ginter. It's back again by Kehrer, and picked up just outside the penalty area by Kimmich. The cross is in towards the middle. It's headed down, and it's picked up on this near side by Leon Goretzka in the blue boots, left side of the penalty area. He's been closed down by De Ligt, and Germany have been forced back to the halfway line, and Toni Kroos, and he gets a push in the back, and it's a free kick to Germany.
It's a really impressive start here from the away side, and Leroy Sané looks absolutely electric. I mean, he looks like he's playing through the middle. I don't know whether he's actually latched on to De Ligt. Maybe they see him as a weakness, I don't know. I mean, it's obviously he's a defender that is very highly coveted, but you've got to say he hasn't been able to handle him so far. He's spun off him a couple of times, and he's going in with him, so if Sané comes short, he's following him all the way in, which is risky.
First mistake by the Germans. Rudiger wasn't able to keep it in play. And Sané, helping back in the left back area, has not only won the ball, he's won the free kick as well. He's certainly the one player who has caught the eye in the early stages. He seems to have taken on the mantle personally to drag Germany through this fixture.
Well, it makes it obviously incredible as well to think that he's actually left out of the World Cup squad. I mean, what a call that was from Jogi Löw. I think got it horribly wrong, but he's certainly in form at the minute for him, and you can just see him, look, he's always on the edge with De Ligt. I don't know whether he's playing on him. Maybe they do see him as a weakness.
He's right up there with Gnabry as we expected. Sané, certainly not where you would expect to see him for Manchester City. He's right through the middle. Here comes Gnabry again, right side of the box. He's dispossessed. Will it go out for a corner? Yes, it will. Away to our left-hand side, and it's put out by Frenkie de Jong.
Well, another impressive move from the Germans. Gnabry that running behind, try to just square the ball across goal. It's gone out for a corner, but Jogi Löw, there he is. He'll be delighted. Doesn't look it. He'll be delighted with his start.
You're listening to TalkSport 2. 5 minutes gone. Netherlands 0, Germany 0 in Amsterdam. Poor corner by the Germans, easily headed away by Virgil van Dijk, who's marshalling that defence, pushing them up, trying to get them higher up the pitch. Played forward to Sané though, and he not able to hold on to the ball this time, and the Dutch finally able to get a little bit of possession down the right hand side. Babel lays it off, and in slides Schultz to put it out of play for a throw to the Dutch down the right hand side.
Well, when they lose it there, the Germans, like a 5-second frenzy just to try and get it back, and they've done that. Really impressive start here. I mean, Sané actually came off well. He ended the game against Serbia with cramp. He put so much effort in, but he looks fresh as a daisy out there tonight.
Well, he was on the receiving end of a shocking challenge as well. I mean, that could have been a very serious injury, the way it looked on the replays. Fortunately for Manchester City and Germany, a little bit of rest, and he was good to go. It was a red card challenge, wasn't it?
It was, and it was high above his ankle.
Germany at the back with Niklas Süle, uses Manuel Neuer, who hasn't got much time to clear his lines because Depay was on him very, very quickly. He was in electrifying form against Belarus 3 days ago. It really was quite outstanding, Memphis Depay. And no surprise at all, because he's been in scintillating form for the Netherlands for quite some time now. 15 goals he has for his country. The Lyon forward, the former Manchester United player, of course, never really worked for him at Old Trafford, but he's gone from strength to strength since leaving.
Well, there's no doubt. I think he's really suited to Ronald Koeman. I mean, especially his man management style. I think he can massage an ego. He was obviously a top player himself, Koeman, and to me, he's just put his arm around Depay. I know he went to see him apparently at home, and said he had a big part to play. He's producing for him, and I think he's good like that, Koeman. He can certainly handle the big players and make them feel a bit special, and I think Depay needs to feel special.
Ball's at the back with Virgil van Dijk of Liverpool playing alongside De Ligt. I think that's a very special partnership, and of course there's a lot of talk that Liverpool want to sign De Ligt as well to make that a club and a country centre-back pairing. It would cost them a lot of money to prize him away, but it's not just Liverpool after him. Barcelona have been preparing and talking to Ajax for quite some time about the possibility of signing De Ligt. He's a special talent.
Well, they've already got De Jong, so it wouldn't surprise you if they did get De Ligt as well.
Only 19 years of age, remember. A player that we've been talking about for quite some time. He's quite outstanding. Here come the Netherlands though, edge of the penalty area. Little layoff there to Babel. The cross comes in from the right hand side. Depay was hoping to get on the end of that. Decent header away up to Gnabry, who's shielding the ball beautifully. And the challenge comes in, and it's a free kick thanks to that foul from Martin de Roon, the former Middlesbrough man. Now of Atalanta in Serie A.
Well, that was a good move for the Dutch. Finally they had a spell in possession. Wijnaldum out to Babel. He did have Dumfries on the overlap. I don't know why he actually elected to cross that Babel. There's no one really in the box, so I can't see Depay getting on the end of things in the air. Certainly, maybe he should have used that overlap. But Babel looks like he's operating out on this right with Quincy Promes on the left. Obviously Depay straight through the middle.
Babel with the second most caps in the Dutch squad. This is his 56th appearance for his country, now at Fulham of course. Played against his former club Liverpool last week and scored. Has 8 international goals. We played 9 minutes, and just a sense that the Netherlands have calmed things down after Germany making that fast start. 9 gone, it's 0-0, and here come the Netherlands. The ball's played to this near side, and the right back Dumfries inside the penalty area. Deflected cross towards that near post. They tried to keep it alive. Hooked back across goal by Babel, and it comes off the defender, and the Netherlands have their first corner.
There's another good move from the Dutch. They're actually working the switch of play ever so well out to this right hand side. This German formation means that they do have a spare man when they get the ball wide.
This is TalkSport 2 at the Johan Cruyff Arena in Amsterdam. Netherlands 0, Germany 0. It's Depay with the first corner for the Netherlands, headed away towards the edge of the penalty area. And the Germans can't push up here. It's back out with Depay on the right hand side. Arcs the ball in towards the far post. Decent looking cross that was, and Van Dijk was on the far post, got his head to it, but he was very closely marshalled, couldn't get any power on it, and Neuer collects.
Depay to Van Dijk, that was the architect, one of the goals against Belarus the last game. That one though is a hard header, out swinger going away from goal. He's almost on the penalty spot there when he was heading it, Van Dijk, difficult chance.
Back pass by Rudiger to Manuel Neuer out to the right hand side. They're pressing high up the pitch here, the Netherlands, and they've won it back. Martin de Roon tries to get it forward. It's Depay twisting and turning about 25 yards from goal. He's brought down. It's a free kick to the Netherlands. This is no more than 7 or 8 yards outside the penalty area, left hand side, and Depay wreaking havoc again.
Oh, he done ever so well there, Depay. Little tight turn to get away from his man. Kimmich with the foul. It's a good area this, about 25 yards out, certainly within shooting range. Looks like Depay fancies it as well.
Depay and Promes, the two players over the ball. I'm not sure Promes will be able to wrestle this one away from Memphis Depay, the form he's been in. He won it, and he wants to take it with 11 minutes gone. Netherlands 0, Germany 0 on TalkSport 2. It's about 10 yards outside the box. Depay comes up right-footed. Well, he tried to get the power, which he did, but he cleared the wall and then cleared the crossbar by a good 5 yards or so.
Yeah, it was 10 yards outside the box, and I think in the end 10 yards over the bar. But here's that chance again. Great switch of play. You can see they've got to try and work these Germans by switching the ball wide. That's where their overload is, the Dutch.
Well, certainly the Netherlands have grown into the game after that rather slow start in front of their own supporters. But they've given the ball away rather sloppily there, and Ginter gets it forward straight onto the chest of Van Dijk. He launches it straight away, almost squirmed through to Depay, but Germany get it away. It's out for a throw to the Netherlands on that far side, which is given away by Goretzka. Daley Blind forward to take it. He has actually got the most caps in the squad. This is his 62nd appearance for his country, the Ajax man, another one formerly of Manchester United. Sané tries to collect the ball, but he's denied by Ryan Babel. De Ligt plays it forward for the Netherlands, and they've given it away, and suddenly Germany are streaming forward, and it's Kimmich who goes down inside the penalty area. Referee says no, that's certainly not a penalty, but the Dutch got the ball, and now the Netherlands look to break.
Well, De Jong done well. They actually lost possession with a poor pass, but a really good recovery tackle. He had to get it right as well. He went to ground inside the box. What a bright young player he is. But he's a bit loose in possession here. Look, tried a little one inside. Ball was cut out by Kimmich, but look at this. He gets back, recovers ever so well, goes to ground and wins the ball. Terrific talent.
Germany with just one win in the last 5 and just 4 wins in the last 14 internationals. That is not what we expect from Germany, particularly under Jogi Löw, who has been so consistent for so long, reached the final of Euro 2008, third place at the World Cup 2 years later, semi-finals of Euro 2012, won 2014, semis of Euro 2016. Since then, it's been downhill. Shock group stage exit at the World Cup last year as holders, then failure in the UEFA Nations League, which will see them operating in Group B next time. Not what you expect at all. Whereas, of course, the Dutch won that group in the Nations League and will play England in the semi-finals in Portugal in June. That's something to look forward to for sure. There'll be great games, those semi-finals and final. You're not missing anything, by the way. It's still 0-0 and the ball is still in midfield. Now they played it forward, Germany down the left, but Nico Schulz gets the ball in. Sané shoots and scores, and Germany lead in the 15th minute. Nico Schulz with the run and cross, and Leroy Sané with a super smart finish across Jasper Cillessen, and Germany lead here in Amsterdam. It's Netherlands 0, Germany 1.
Well, it's fully deserved. Leroy Sané has been absolutely sensational right from the start here tonight. He's looked really up for this game. Great move though from Germany. Little 1-2, then they put Schulz in behind. Great ball in the box. He picks Sané out. He then just shrugs off De Ligt. Look, I think he actually takes a slip. De Ligt goes to ground. Sané takes one touch to set himself and then laces it across goal. Cillessen, absolutely no chance. He's been electric. Lovely first touch. The ball just popped up and then he put his foot right through it into the far corner. But De Ligt, he's had a shaky start, certainly, and I did wonder, was he actually playing against him? Did they spot him as a weak link? And maybe they have, I don't know. I mean, look, he's coveted. A lot of people think, great things of De Ligt. I have seen a couple of times. I saw him a couple of seasons ago have a really dodgy game for Ajax at Excelsior, but obviously he's come on since then. But tonight he's looked very shaky.
Well, I'd like to see that again, whether there was a coming together with Sané or whether he just slipped over, but he took himself completely out of the game and then allowed Sané a free hit, but didn't he catch it beautifully, as you say, off the laces, into the far corner, no chance at all for Cillessen. Sané on target for the third time, only the third time for his country on this, his 19th cap.
It was a good move though, wasn't it, down this left-hand side. I mean, that's where the wing-backs really come into their own, bombing up and down. It was a great pick-out though, because he could have put that anywhere, but he actually spotted Sané, cut it back, and it actually, I think that's what caused De Ligt to slip, that little cut-back ball. But he should be wearing studs, he shouldn't be slipping on a pitch like that.
Nico Schulz, who made it relative newcomer to the international scene, plays for Hoffenheim. This is only his 6th appearance for his country. Free kick to the Netherlands, meanwhile, swung in by Depay, easily headed away, and they're appealing here for offside, and they've got it, Germany, so they will have the free kick. I think it might have been Van Dijk who was the furthest player forward there as the ball came in from Depay.
Well, they started with a very high line, the Germans, and a few of the Dutchmen started offside, then looked to get back onside before going in again, but they got that one wrong. but everywhere, all over the pitch, the Germans look just sharper tonight, even defensively, obviously moving forward as well. It's been a very impressive start.
Netherlands 0, Germany 1. This is the first of Germany's qualifiers in this group. Certainly these two will expect to be the sides that go through from this group. It's headed forward down the right-hand side for the Netherlands by Dumfries. Picked up by Babel, inside right channel, immediately quickly closed down by Toni Rüdiger, and he manages to deflect the ball back to Manuel Neuer, the German captain, away to our right-hand side. 1-0 Germany. You're listening to TalkSport 2, and Manuel Neuer has the ball, still has it, now drop kicks, right-footed over halfway, over the centre circle, looking for Sané, headed back by Van Dijk. Again, Sané isolated with De Ligt.
Absolutely, and look, it wasn't the most convincing of headers, was it, from De Ligt? Just came off the side of his head, actually fortunate to land with Van Dijk. But that's the problem, I think, for the Germans when Neuer gets it. They don't really have a physical presence. I mean, normally they'd have maybe a Gomez or, you know, someone like that ilk, but they just don't have those kind of players at the minute. Like even Timo Werner, he's small, so they don't really possess a tall forward. That's why they've got to keep it on the deck.
There is literally one striker in the German squad that's been named, and that's Timo Werner, and he's not starting, so he's having to improvise a little bit tonight, Jogi Löw.
And he does. I mean, look, he doesn't really, we were talking off air, weren't we, in terms of the depth and the strength of the goal scorers in the Bundesliga. There's only 2 Germans in the top 10. Royce, he's not even starting, and Kevin Volland. The rest are all foreign.
A little bit reminiscent in a similar way what Roy Hodgson had to do with Crystal Palace last season when he had no strikers and he opted to go with Zaha and Townsend as an unorthodox front two. That's pretty much what Germany are doing here tonight, and it's working so far. Gnabry and Sané absolutely spot on and linking up quite well as well. 19 gone, Netherlands 0, Germany 1.
I mean, look, if you're going to put Sané up against one of the centre-halves, it's not going to be Van Dijk, is it? Let's be honest. I mean, you know, he's arguably the best centre-half in Europe at the moment, so maybe, put him up against De Ligt and see if he can handle him, and so far he hasn't.
Balls at the back with Rüdiger for Germany. That was a sloppy ball straight to Denzel Dumfries, the right back of the Netherlands, but Rüdiger recovered. He made the challenge and managed to hit the ball against Dumfries and earn Germany a throw in their left back area. It wasn't great defending, but he did recover very well, and it'll be Schultz who set up that goal for Sané to take the throw. He gets it back and launches it left-footed up towards halfway. The Netherlands win that first ball, but then they give it away, and groans around the stadium because Germany are dominating here, and they're first to every second ball. And this is not the sort of play we're used to seeing from the Netherlands under Ronald Koeman. They've been a little bit sloppy and rather passive as well. 20 gone. They trail 1-0 here to Germany.
Well, they're certainly the favourites, weren't they, coming into this time? I think even Koeman was trying to downplay it, saying, we are playing the Germans, but the form they're in, the Dutch, I think they have the favourites tag, rightly so, but they've started very slowly here.
And there's another good challenge, this time from Kroos, and he gets it into the centre circle, and it's nudged out wide, and Sané is the intended recipient of that cross, but it sails over his head. He looks rather frustrated because that was actually a decent chance. He'd created some space for himself. The ball in wasn't good enough, and it goes out on this near side for a throw to the Dutch.
We've seen a couple of flaws in the German system already. To me, I mean, that back three, I don't really know if they're needed, and then really the wing backs have to get up. So that time it was one wing back delivering the ball, but the other one, Schultz, should have been much higher up the park. They don't really have wingers, so they've got to do both. They've got to defend those wing backs and get forward.
So it's been a terrific first quarter of this match. Not if you're Dutch. They haven't really created anything in that respect, but they've certainly got their work cut out here as Germany lead by a goal to nil, thanks to that 15th minute strike from Manchester City's Leroy Sané, his third international goal. Netherlands have a free kick on halfway. It's launched by Dumfries up towards Depay, easily headed away. You certainly wouldn't expect to win too many of those in the air against that back three, Süle, Rüdiger and Ginter. They would expect to have that covered every time. Did well there, Blind, and he got the ball inside, and it's played out to this right-hand side. And Depay looks to sweep it in. It wasn't a bad ball in, but no one could attack it in orange. And Germany get it away down the right-hand side. We're approaching the midway point of the first half in Amsterdam. Netherlands 0, Germany 1. This on the back of the Netherlands putting 4 past Belarus 3 days ago. Germany labouring to a 1-1 draw with Serbia in a friendly in Wolfsburg. So this is their first game of this long qualifying campaign, which takes us through to November. But remember, 55 teams in all, being whittled down to 20 places in the qualifying campaign, then another 4 places via the playoffs, which take place between the winners of the various groups in the Nations League. So a little bit of a backup there for the Netherlands as well. Long ball through the centre, offside flag goes up, and so a free kick to the Netherlands.
Well, it's offside there. I think it's Goretzka just made that run too early. It's a good little ball though, just run off the back of De Ligt again.
He's the furthest forward of that midfield 5. He's helping to support Gnabry and Sané. It's a very fluid German formation though, and I don't think that necessarily the Dutch were anticipating this formation. Very different to how they played just 3 days ago against Serbia, and they have mixed it up, that's for sure, over the last few months, over the last few internationals.
Well, Koeman was saying, wasn't he, pre-game, he's not totally sure how the Germans were lined up, as if it was maybe a weakness, but certainly they've surprised him here. We have seen him play a back 3 before. Obviously the last game it was a back 4, but against France it was a 3-4-2-1, and against Holland, so it's a total shock. But I guess Sané's position maybe is.
Yeah. I think if Werner had played well against Serbia, he might have cemented that position up front, but frankly he didn't.
Well, he had a chance, didn't he? He should have taken it.
Yeah, he did, but he hasn't really produced so far on a consistent basis for Germany. Leroy Sané through the middle again. This time Van Dijk cuts off his route to goal. It's played forward to Dumfries. He launches it straight through the centre, and this could be a chance. It could be a big chance for Holland. Oh, it's a brilliant save from Manuel Neuer. Ryan Babel coming in from the left-hand side, really got hold of the shot, and what a fantastic save from Neuer.
Oh, it's a stunning save, a really good attack though. Great ball down the line, good flick on, super little ball through to Ryan Babel on his favoured right side, coming in off the left, looking to bend that into the far corner, but to be honest, it's too close to Neuer. It's got to be something special to beat him.
Well, they're 2v1 from the short corner here. Depay clips it far post. Van Dijk is up there. Oh, really good header away to prevent Van Dijk from getting on it. But the cross will come in from the left-hand side this time. 7 to look for in orange. Again, Van Dijk goes up for the header. Nods it out to that left-hand side as the Netherlands try to keep up the pressure. Daley Blind to swing in that diagonal towards the edge of the box. And again, Germany with plenty of men back managed to get it away. Then a big coming together there between Schultz and Dumfries, and the decision goes the way of the home side. Just a throw though, which has already been taken. They're trying to get themselves back into this, the Netherlands. Certainly coming more and more into the game. Blind swings in the cross, looking for the far post. It was into a great area. Van Dijk went down. He'd stayed forward there, the Dutch captain. He went over, and certainly he was appealing for a penalty. Referee not interested.
Well, Rudiger does have his arms all over him, but I think that would have been generous. Just going back to the chance from Babel, it looks like he switched wings because Promes is now out on this right, and Babel actually had the chance off the left, cutting in onto his right foot. It's a really good one, isn't it? It's not too far out, it's about 12-13 yards out. He's just got to start that ball out a little bit wider. Ended up too close to Neuer.
Well, that could be a key switch. Promes coming out to the right-hand side. Here he is now, right corner of the penalty area. He's allowed to run into the box, and that spells danger for Germany. He's forced out now. Dumfries is there with him. He lays it back instead to De Roon. He goes back to the halfway line. 1 or 2 moans and groans as the Dutch go backwards, but they're looking to go back in order to go forwards. And it's played down the right-hand side. Dumfries with a decent first touch. Rolls it inside to Quincy Promes. Right corner of the penalty area. Faced by 2. Gets it out to Dumfries. Will the cross come in? I'm not sure. It's Promes again. Now he swings it in. Far post. Oh, another fantastic save to deny Babel. How did he keep that one out? It looked a gimme for the Fulham winger, and he volleyed it straight at Manuel Neuer.
Oh, Neuer, what a reaction save though. Must have seen that late.
Meanwhile, Germany coming forward with Serge Gnabry inside the penalty area. Oh, just shrugged off, swatted away by Virgil van Dijk, who made that look so easy.
Oh, great defending. He just read him like a book there. But what a chance for Ryan Babel. It's a brilliant ball in from Promes. And Babel's about 6 yards out, a side foot volley. You think, right, anywhere either side of Neuer, it's a certain goal. He is onside. Straight at Neuer again. It's too close to him. You've got to hit him, hitting it either side of him. Good reaction though, very good.
Oh, two enormous chances for Ryan Babel, and certainly, you know, fell to the right man, their second most experienced player. He's been in decent form for Fulham. Not many players there have, let's be honest. But both chances saved by Manuel Neuer, who's certainly answering his critics in the first half. His clean sheet is intact. It's Netherlands 0, Germany 1 on TalkSport 2.
Well, look, if you are going to beat him, it's got to be somewhere special. It's got to be either side, either down low. If it's close to him, you know, Neuer, I don't think he'll ever lose those sort of reactions. Maybe his decision making has been questioned at times in terms of coming for things, but I think in terms of his shot stopping, can't be in doubt.
It's Dumfries playing it forward down the right hand side, but it's a poor ball. Rudiger cleared. It's laid off by Toni Kroos, picked up by Süle, plays it up towards the top of the centre circle, and Goretzka, he goes out to the right hand side as Germany look to quietly and efficiently build from the back, and they're patient. They'll go back if they need to, and they have done, to the bottom of the centre circle. And Rudiger, they're trying to pull the Dutch from one side to the other. It's played forward by Gnabry, through to Leroy Sané, who's onside. Oh, Van Dijk, magnificent defending. Sané gave him 3 or 4 yards, but he came back and again just made it look so effortless and easy.
Well, he dropped on the ball though, Sané. I just wondered, maybe could have taken that closer to goal and got his shot off. Instead he tried to chip back inside. I don't think that was needed. It was close though on the offside, just along the line. Does he hold his run? Yeah, I think he's just about onside, but he just allowed Van Dijk to come back because he didn't take the ball forward. But again though, Van Dijk imperious at the back, isn't he?
Well, after all that, there was a foul on the far side of the pitch, about 10 or 12 yards outside the corner of the penalty area for Germany, and Toni Kroos is over the ball. He's closing in on 100 caps, you know. Kroos swings it in, right-footed. It's near post where Rudiger got the header in. I don't know if he was going for goal or trying to help it on. In the end, he did neither, and it goes behind for a goal kick. Half an hour gone, 1-0 Germany.
A difficult chance, wasn't it? Outswinging corner. I think it's got to be much closer to goal. Rudiger's got a chance to score.
So a third of the way through this Euro 2020 qualifier in Amsterdam. Netherlands 0, Germany 1. The goal coming in the 15th minute of the game. Really outstanding finish from Leroy Sané of Manchester City. But the Dutch have come on strong since then. And Depay gets it forward. Will it break here for Dumfries, the right back? Well, not a regular scorer, to say the least. And that was a little bit of an apology of a shot straight through to Manuel Neuer.
Wasn't really expecting, I don't think, Dumfries, and he's probably not the man you want to see in possession there. About 5 yards outside the box, the ball falls to him. He's really got to put his laces through that or pick someone out. Instead, it's almost like a back pass straight at Neuer.
If he had his time again, I don't think he'd have shot there. This will be a free kick to the Netherlands. It's Nico Schulz who's pulled back Dumfries in his efforts to try and win the ball back. And Denzel Dumfries of PSV is saying he got caught in the face there by Schulz. Back on his feet now.
Well, he's had a real meteoric rise, Dumfries. I saw him play at Sparta Rotterdam. A lot of clubs were looking at him. I think in the end Heerenveen took a gamble on him. Then PSV signed him after he'd done ever so well at Heerenveen. He's now a full international.
This is his 5th international cap. Ronald Koeman certainly believes in him. 31 gone. 1-0 to Germany, but we've seen plenty of signs of life here from the Netherlands. 2 really good saves from Manuel Neuer to deny Ryan Babel on each occasion. I think they'll feel unfortunate to still be behind here. It's Dumfries right-hand side to Promes. Goes back to the halfway line, and Matthijs de Ligt forward to Promes again, rolls it in towards Depay. He was very closely watched, and it's Sané helping out defensively. He really has covered so much ground over the course of this first half. He's been absolutely superb. Gnabry in the centre circle, lays it back down the right-hand side for Germany, played inside to Toni Kroos, who is certainly not one of the players that Jogi Löw is looking to ditch at this stage. Still an absolute Rolls Royce of a midfielder. Goes back to Süle, who rolls it square for Antonio Rudiger, 20 yards short of halfway, and they're forced further back here. Decent pressing from the Netherlands. Depay closing down Neuer, who has to clear first time. Clears it straight to Virgil van Dijk, who volleys it forward. Depay would have been offside, so runs back, and then a push in the back of Rudiger by Promes. Cheap free kick given away to Germany.
Well, he's pointing at his shoulder there, saying it was a shoulder charge, but it's too blatant. According to the assistant referee, there's no need to make a foul there from Promes.
If you're just joining us here on TalkSport 2, a little earlier we were in San Marino, where Scotland laboured to a 2-0 victory, less than convincing, to put it mildly, off the back of that horrendous performance in Kazakhstan 3 days ago. Now we're here at the Johan Cruyff Arena in Amsterdam, where Germany lead by 1-0, and the ball is with Serge Gnabry, left side of the penalty area, cuts back in on his right foot, gets the shot away. Oh, it's an absolutely sensational goal. Serge Gnabry has curled home a beauty right onto the postage stamp, all his own work, and Germany double their advantage in scintillating style. Netherlands 0, Germany 2.
This is an absolutely fantastic finish. Start at the back again for the Germans. Really good ball in behind. Gnabry on the last man. He gets in behind Van Dijk. Now he's 1v1. No one's got past him so far tonight, but Gnabry isn't phased. Ducks inside onto his right side. Fakes the shoot. Just buys himself a half yard and then bends it brilliantly into the top corner. Cillessen in goal's got absolutely no chance. I mean, he worked the angle ever so well, then wrapped his foot right around it into the top corner. It's an absolutely stunning strike.
Well, the former Arsenal youngster, now of course at Bayern Munich, that's his 5th goal in 6 caps for Germany. And this unorthodox front 2, which has been selected tonight by Jogi Löw, has come up trumps. Both have scored. Sané in the 15th minute, a really good finish, but nowhere near as good as what we've just seen from Serge Gnabry, taking on Van Dijk, beating him, and then curling an absolute beauty into the top corner. And with 10 minutes to half-time in Amsterdam, it's Netherlands 0, Germany 2. Ronald Koeman's side right up against it.
Well, I mean, many questioned Jogi Löw's team selection. I, for one, was thinking, what's he trying to do here? No Royce, who was magnificent, but that front 2 he's put up there, they've got such pace, willing runners in behind. They've certainly targeted this right-hand side of this Dutch defence. Again, Gnabry, they're running off in behind De Ligt, who's so keen to go short. I mean, they play very aggressive, so if you are centre-forward and you come short, they go all the way with you. That's the Dutch way, but what it means is there's plenty of space in behind if you time your runs right. And Gnabry's certainly done that there.
Well, is this the future for Germany? Sané, 23 years of age, Gnabry, 23 years of age. And they are both enjoying exceptional first halves here against, don't forget, a Netherlands side in absolutely brilliant form. 5 wins and 4 draws from 11 games under Ronald Koeman. Germany in no form at all, but they've come here to Amsterdam and lead by 2-0. They've needed Manuel Neuer to be at his best as well. It's been a proper team performance. What can the Netherlands do about it? Promes, edge of the area, tries to roll it through. Probably the wrong decision. He tried to find, I think it was Wijnaldum. Was it Wijnaldum? I beg your pardon, he was well forward there, yeah.
Well, it's good to see Wijnaldum getting forward. I mean, that's the role he plays for the Dutch. He doesn't really sit back as he does for Liverpool. Loves to make the box. Scored, obviously, against Belarus, getting in there.
Promes with a deflected cross, comes out towards the edge of the penalty area, and Sané goes over and wins himself the free kick, much to the chorus of jeers from the home supporters, but I think he was caught there. It's Martin de Roon with an aerial challenge, and he caught Leroy Sané, so free kick to Germany, about 30 yards from their own goal. 37 minutes played here on TalkSport 2, Netherlands 0, Germany 2. Been a terrific first half performance here from Joachim Löw's side, and the frustration is evident from the Dutch players, and Daley Blind has given away a soft free kick and has then reacted really angrily to the Spanish referee, and it's not the challenge that's earned him the yellow card, it's the dissent.
Yeah, there's not a lot in that, which I think what Blind was complaining about, but certainly he's protested too much. The referee told him to calm down, but he's got a yellow now.
Not what you want from one of your most experienced players there. Clear show of dissent, earning himself a cheap yellow card, and he'll have to be extremely careful for the remainder of this match. The ball is played forward by Sula. Gets it forward towards the bottom of the centre circle, and Gnabry. He goes down the right-hand side. Gnabry again, scorer of that absolutely stunning second goal. Lovely little back heel to find Gnabry again, and Gnabry sweeps it out to this near side, and they're coming forward down the left with Nico Schulz, who made the first goal, crosses to the far post. Oh, brilliant header, and it's a great save by Cillessen. Coming in on that was Thilo Kehrer, the right wing back, and it was a bullet header, fortunately for the Netherlands, straight at Cillessen.
Well, we just spoke about how, for me, if one wing back's crossing it, the other one's got to make the box. They weren't doing that earlier in the game, but they certainly are now, the Germans. What a ball in from Schulz, and Kehrer with the header straight at Cillessen. It's much better from the Germans.
6 minutes to half time here on TalkSport 2. It's Netherlands 0, Germany 2. Sané and Gnabry, the goal scorers. Two big chances for the Netherlands by Ryan Babel. He wasn't able to take either of them while the score was still 1-0, and he will be ruining those missed opportunities now. And the Germans have doubled their lead. And that's a lovely little turn in midfield by Kroos, and he's rolled it up to Gnabry, through to Sané, who shoots right-footed. It's spilled by Cillessen, and Van Dijk gets it away. I don't think he really got hold of that, Leroy Sané, but it was still a really good stop from Cillessen.
Well, the Dutch are all at sea here. Again, Sané, a willing runner in behind. It's on his right side, so it's a weaker attempt at goal. It's sort of scuffed, bobbled along the ground. You can see the bench there. There's Ronald with his brother Erwin Koeman, writing furiously, thinking, right, how are we going to combat this? What can we do? Because they're getting overrun at the minute.
That really should have been 3-0. There was a gaping hole in that Dutch defence, and even Van Dijk couldn't plug it. And Sané knows that was a glorious opportunity set up by Gnabry. They've linked up brilliantly in this first half, those two.
Well, that comes from, I think, that hole in the back, because they're so keen to go and be aggressive and follow players in. It just means there's gaps everywhere. It's a typical Johan Cruyff style of play. Going 1v1. It's certainly dangerous. And you've got the pace that the Germans have to run in behind.
Just under 5 minutes until half-time. Certainly not how we expected this to go. Netherlands 0, Germany 2. And the ball put out of play by Thilo Kehrer. Now on our monitor we're getting a close-up of exactly what Ronald Koeman and his coaching staff are thinking of changing possibly for the second half, because one thing's for sure, this can't carry on, because they're going to get well beaten here if it stays like this.
I was just really thinking maybe to match them up, but Ronald and his brother Erwin will have to come up with something at half-time.
Dumfries down the right-hand side, just clatters off Kroos, which makes it easier for Germany to clear, and they have cleared. And now they're coming forward down the left with Toni Kroos of Real Madrid. He's faced by Frankie de Jong, goes back to Kimmich, and now to the halfway line, and Niklas Sula spots a bit of space in midfield. It's picked up by Sané, who was first to that ball, and you could hear the groans from the home crowd because Germany just looked like they wanted it more there. Quite simple.
Well, they're too deep, the Dutch. Gaps everywhere. That was a misplaced pass, actually, misplaced touch, and the Dutch should have been onto it, but they were too deep. I think that's what the crowd was saying, need to get up, a bit more in the game.
Sané rolls it back towards halfway. They're totally controlling the game now. Germany.
He's having a good game. He's really good. He's playing left side of a back three, but he's cutting in onto his right side and playing some really good passes. Had the assist for Gnabry's goal. And often when you've got a right footer playing left centre half, you think, right, okay, that's fine. Let the ball go to him. Let's keep him on his left side. But he keeps ducking back in and playing really good passes.
That's a very generous assist, isn't it? It was more the quality of the goal.
Well, still, he's got to pick it out,
find
hasn't he?
Of course, yeah. Ball is at the back for the Netherlands with just 2 minutes plus stoppage time to play in this first half. Have the Dutch got an answer to this in the time that remains? Because as things stand, Germany are looking at a comfortable victory. Virgil van Dijk crosses halfway. Out to Denzel Dumfries down the right. Looks for Promes. Very closely watched by Rudiger. Very closely watched. The ball actually stops on the byline and is picked up by Dumfries. He's forced backwards and is barged over by Schultz. And that's a free kick to the Dutch down the right-hand side.
How many times have we said that Dumfries has been barged over by Schultz?
It's a good free kick. It's been played up towards Wijnaldum, breaking forward and out by Süle. So that will be a corner to the Dutch.
A good recovery tackle here. Süle had to get across Wijnaldum, breaking into the box. Really good to see, but Süle read it.
So this would be a very good time for the Netherlands to get themselves back into the game as we tick towards 44 minutes. The corners so far from Depay have been very disappointing. He'll go again with the right-footed outswing, a deep one this time, dealt with again by Germany. And they'll stay deep as the ball is played towards the edge of the centre circle and back out to the corner taker Depay. Everyone still forward here. If Depay can swing it in, goes back on his left, then turns back to his right. The cross is deflected up in the air. It's still not away. Oh, now, is there a penalty there? No, the referee looks at it. Certainly, there was a Dutch player wrestled to the ground and Rudiger was involved. Was there a case for a penalty here?
I think it's a strong play there from Rudiger on Wijnaldum. Just used his superior strength.
If anything, it was Wijnaldum tugging the shirt of Rudiger that was the problem there. Could have been a free kick the other way. As we tick towards half-time, it's just a question now of how much stoppage time there'll be at the end of this first half, with Germany leading by 2-0. The ball is out for a throw down the left-hand side for Germany in their left-back area, which will be taken by Nico Schultz, who provided the telling cross for Sané's goal. Well, we said 1 minute of stoppage time according to the board, but the half-time whistle's gone. Bang on 45 minutes, and what a first half for Germany. They made a really fast start, got the goal they deserved when Leroy Sané tucked away Schultz's cross with an absolutely spectacular finish. Two big chances missed by Ryan Babel, both saved by Manuel Neuer, and then 11 minutes before the break, a glorious solo goal by Serge Gnabry, cutting in from the left and curling it into the top corner. Quite spectacular and quite brilliant from Germany. At half-time in Amsterdam, Netherlands 0, Germany 2. Many thanks, Nat. Well, obviously as a neutral, what you need is Netherlands to get the next goal, because that sets up a phenomenal second half. Steven Bergwijn of PSV on for only his 5th cap, but just to underline what we were saying there, he hasn't scored for his country yet. The one, I suppose you'd call him the number 9 type striker they do have, is Luuk de Jong, and let's face it, he just has not produced so far, and he's 28 years of age now. If he's not playing regularly up front at this stage, when is he?
Well, I mean, he's a different sort of forward, is he? He's not as mobile. I mean, he's brilliant in the air, you know, if you're going to get it wide and get it in the box, but, you know, in terms of running in behind and being that sort of pacey centre forward that the Dutch have always had, he certainly doesn't have the speed that Depay possesses, but, you know, he's a kind of British style number 9, and
yes,
that doesn't suit Koeman's way.
And it didn't happen for him in England, did it? Let's be honest. So it's Ronald Koeman who makes the first change. He blinks first. with Ryan Babel, who missed those two big chances in the first half, making way. It's now the Dutch attacking the goal away to our left-hand side in their traditional orange jerseys, white shorts and orange socks. And they have the ball in the middle of the park with Daley Blind. Out to Promes on the left-hand side. He's back out on the left now, and he pokes it through left-hand side of the box. De Roon with the first-time cross. Couldn't pick out anyone in the middle, and Germany will get it away. They've scrambled it out for a throw to the Dutch by the corner flag. They're convinced, and Kimmich's absolutely convinced, that should be a German throw. It isn't. It's gone the way of the home side, and it's been thrown out by Depay. Looks to get it back from De Jong. It's out for another throw to the Dutch in exactly the same position. This time Depay won't take it. He'll leave it for Daley Blind, the one player booked in that first half, and he's played it to the dead ball line where Depay was trying to volley it back across goal, completely mistimed it, and then De Jong goes for it and gets a deflection off the defender, who was Kimmich, and this time it's a corner to the Netherlands, and they've already taken it. They've gone short. They've tried to clip it to the far post through Promes. Bit of a lazy one. Comes out to Depay, who swings it in beautifully. What a cross, and what a fantastic header. And it is Matthijs de Ligt who gets the Netherlands right back in this game. Just 2.5 minutes after the restart. Beautifully curled in by Depay. Yet another assist for him. And it's a brilliant header from the defender de Ligt. It's Netherlands 1, Germany 2.
Well, Depay again, that man, what a delivery into the box. I mean, Promes tries to, he can't get it right, so he sets it back to Depay. What a ball, right along the 6-yard line. De Ligt gets up, the faintest of touches, just directs it into the far corner. It's a brilliant header, just swivels the top of his head. Great finish into the far corner.
And the 19-year-old, one of the hottest properties in European football, scores his first international goal, and it comes against Germany on his 15th cap for his country. And, well, I said as a neutral what we need is for the Netherlands to score next. They have done, and it came at the end of a good little spell of pressure, actually, and that has given Germany something to think about. Netherlands 1, Germany 2. What a second half we have in store now, and this stadium has come alive after, well, when the second goal went in, you really could have heard a pin drop. It was deafening silence. Totally different now, a totally different feel to this game. And now we'll see a little bit more about what this new Germany side is made of. De Ligt celebrating a big moment for him, his first goal for the Netherlands. Now Germany come forward, clipped up towards Sané, well headed away by the goal scorer De Ligt, and played into Wijnaldum in midfield. Out to this left-hand side, and Blind rolls it along the deck up to Promes. Promes allowed to turn. Oh, good challenge came in by Kehrer, the right wing back for Germany. Won the ball very cleanly. They don't keep the ball though, Germany, and Blind has it again. Left-hand side for the Dutch. Played down that left flank, and it's lovely football from the Netherlands, and they're in behind here. And the cross from the byline is tucked behind. It was Depay trying to get that cross in. It's another corner.
That's a super start here from the Dutch. Second half come out much brighter than they did the first. But the Germans bang under pressure. Moving the ball much quicker as well. 1 and 2 touch football.
Oh, it's a 5th corner for the Netherlands. 5 minutes gone. They scored from the last one. Eventually. And it's Depay with an in-swinging ball again. Well, it was flicked on that near post by Schultz. It wasn't intended. De Ligt puts it back in. That gets a deflection, and it's behind for another corner.
Well, his delivery is so good, Memphis Depay. You've always got a chance getting on the end of it. Here's Virgil van Dijk talking to the referee. I mean, he feels that he's been held at every corner. I just wonder, look at the Dutch. I think they're trying to get a block on here just to get Van Dijk free.
Well, Van Dijk's gone down rather easily a couple of times, and I just wonder if that's influencing the referee. Short corner, just clipped up with a sound wedge to the edge of the 6-yard box, and it was De Roon who tried to get his head on it. Clever, inventive corner that from the Dutch, but Germany get it away, and suddenly Leroy Sané is breaking, faced by Dumfries. Oh, he's nutmegged him brilliantly, and then Dumfries holds him back. Sané tries to get away, the referee tried to play advantage, but there was none, and so the free kick goes the way of Germany, and frankly Dumfries is lucky not to be booked.
Well, going back to the Dutch there on the corner, I think they took it short, but Frankie de Jong wasn't really prepared for it, took him unaware. His ball into the box was lofted, almost like a sand wedge. It was a poor delivery, but good bright set piece. And then actually when Sané breaks, you just got to stop him. When he's in full flow, just bring him back, take the foul. I think Dumfries did that well there.
You're listening to TalkSport 2. It's Netherlands 1, Germany 2. Germans 2-0 up at half-time thanks to Sané and Gnabry, both excellent goals. But Matthijs de Ligt has headed the Netherlands right back into it at the start of this second half. The Dutch, who are so passive in the first quarter of the match, paid Germany far too much respect. Well, it's a totally different Netherlands side now. I'm sure Ronald Koeman was absolutely fuming at the interval, because they've come out here like they really mean business in front of their own fans. 52 gone, Netherlands 1, Germany 2. As we're looking at our monitors and seeing the goal again, it really is a cracking header from de Ligt, isn't it?
Well,
but it's all about
strong.
the ball in.
It is, but so strong and powerful, isn't he? I think Rudiger and Kehrer ended up on the floor there.
Bergwijn with the layoff to Blind. He might have a crack left-footed, he did, but it was very well blocked. Rather optimistic effort, to be honest. Promes tries to keep it alive, goes back to Virgil van Dijk, bottom of the centre circle, lays it off for de Ligt. Now they're looking like a partnership. They had a few moments in the first half where they were frankly all over the place. De Ligt again on halfway, could go out to the right, instead goes back to Van Dijk again, back to de Ligt once more. Sané closes him down. De Ligt plays a long right-footed ball towards the edge of the penalty area, and it's a cushion header back by Kehrer to Manuel Neuer.
I mean, that's what pace can do. It can make even the best defenders look distinctly average, and that's what Sané and Gnabry were doing in the first half.
Gnabry trying to do it now, but he's been brilliantly challenged in the centre circle by de Jong, and de Jong gets it forward. Oh, a miscue there. The Dutch try and maintain possession. I think they just got a little overexcited, but they're first to every second ball now. We said in the first half it was Germany that were doing that. Suddenly it's the Dutch who have their tails up. Certainly what they're attempting to do now is get the equaliser. But Germany have the ball. They're just trying to calm the game down now after that terrific start to the second half from the home side. And Germany have it with Rudiger. Lets it run through to Schultz. Back to Chelsea's Antonio Rudiger with the back pass. This is 30th cap now for his country, Rudiger. Aged 26 these days, and certainly getting better all the time for both club and country. 9 minutes gone in the second half. Played forward by Neuer down the right-hand side and picked up by Ginter. Well forward, rolls it into Sané, just tried to help it. It's on its way through to Goretzka. It's away by Blind, only as far as Rudiger in the centre circle. They've been rocked to Germany, but they've found their feet again in this second half, and they're back to passing the ball around crisply and confidently.
I mean, bar the first 15-20 minutes, actually the Dutch have certainly been the better side. The opportunities, you've got to say, Babel had two, probably should have taken them, and that was a really good finish from de Ligt.
Here's Kimmich running down the inside right channel, and he's rolled it out to Kehrer, right side of the box, laid back to Matthias Ginter. He plays it first time. They try to roll it into the path of Gnabry. Enough Dutch players back to deal with that danger, and now it's picked up by the home side. They've crossed halfway line. There's three up here for the Dutch. It's Depay who has it on the left and just cheekily clips it inside. Is there a foul there? The referee has a very good look and says no. The jeers and whistles from the partisan home crowd as play is allowed to go on. Germany give it away, and it runs all the way through to Jasper Cillessen away to our right-hand side.
Well, the referee's trying to let a few things go here. I actually think there should have been a couple of free kicks, but he's allowed play to go on.
40 previous meetings between these old rivals, 10 Dutch victories, 15 German victories, and 15 draws. So far, it's Germany who are looking to add to their win tally in this fixture. That was a good diagonal from Van Dijk for the Dutch, just a fraction too much on it in front of Promes, and it goes behind for a goal kick, which Manuel Neuer will take.
Well, there's no love lost between these two sides either, and I played for Feyenoord in Rotterdam, and that was a city that was actually completely bombed to bits, so no love lost certainly, and that's how the game's been played. In a good spirit actually, but both of these sides would really want to win this game.
Oh, they're proper rivals, these two, no question about it. You look at down the history of where they've met. Final of the 74 World Cup, the 78 World Cup, the Euros in 1980, qualifying for Italia 90, they met at Euro 92, Euro 2004, Euro 2012, famously in the semi-final of Euro 88 when Koeman equalised for the Netherlands before Van Basten's late winner. So many famous meetings between these two down the years, and they'll meet twice in this qualifying campaign for Euro 2020, and they would both expect to be there, of course, in the finals, which are taking place across a dozen nations in the summer of next year. So certainly Northern Ireland are bang up against it in this group. Don't rule them out, but they're going to have to go some to topple either of these two.
I think the good thing is for the Northern Irish is that they don't actually play these two for about 4 games. They might have 12 points on the board by then.
Certainly what they're hoping. And we know that both of these sides can't have maximum points because they're playing each other. Netherlands won their first game convincingly. This is Germany's first game of the qualifying campaign. Germany in possession, just sort of halfway, and just rolling the ball around in a non-threatening area. Germany's next game, by the way, is in Belarus on the 8th of June. Every match day is a double match day, so they'll play twice in this match day and then twice in June before the following match days are in September.
I mean, when the Dutch beat the Germans, they hadn't won, I don't think it was since 2002, so I think the Dutch should be thinking, look, let's try and make it not just a one-off. That's why they want to get back into this game, and especially now the Dutch sides are doing well in Europe. Obviously Ajax against Bayern Munich were brilliant, equally as good or even better against Real Madrid, so bright times for the Dutch, but I think they want to back up that result, and certainly their results in Europe with at least a point here.
Good run from Schultz. He just cut inside and tried to advance past his defender Dumfries, but Dumfries was having none of it, tracked him all the way and slid in and won the ball back.
Yeah, they've had a good battle down that side. How many times have they ended up on the ground together? Real good battle. Schultz is big, strong, powerful boy.
Daley Blind for the Netherlands down the left-hand side, crosses halfway, down the line for Memphis Depay. Depay, who's running at Ginter, cuts back in on his right side, clips it up towards the far post. So a difficult header away that was for Germany. And eventually it is cleared convincingly, left-footed up towards Van Dijk on halfway. The Dutch are right on the front foot here, looking to put pressure on the Germans at every opportunity as they search for an equaliser. Netherlands 1, Germany 2 here on TalkSport 2. It's been another excellent clash between these two rivals, and it's far from over yet. Still a third of the game to go. Can the Netherlands draw level, or can Germany get their 2-goal cushion back and surely seal 3 points in their first qualifier of this campaign?
Well, they're certainly camped in at the minute. The Germans can't get out of their own half. The Dutch dominating the ball.
Remember, it was Sané who scored first. Gnabry with a brilliant second. De Ligt pulling one back just 2.5 minutes into the second half from a really good cross from Depay. Another assist for him. A good challenge comes in there. Dutch down the right-hand side. They've got the free kick. There's Goretzka on Dumfries. And a free kick to Holland. It's about midway inside the German half, right by that far touchline. So De Ligt and Van Dijk trying to come forward as surreptitiously as possible. Not easy to do when you're the size that those two are.
Well, they do have good height, as you say. They've already scored one from a ball into the box. De Ligt and Van Dijk, you got a chance.
Now the flag stays down, or it does eventually go up. For a second, I think the crowd thought that was going to be a clear shot at goal. Two of them breaking forward. Wijnaldum got the eventual shot away, straight at Neuer. The flag only went up after he'd got the shot away.
That's a brilliant set piece. I mean, they worked it ever so well. One spotted it on the ground, and then it's Depay, ran up late, almost tried to trick the Germans. Nearly worked. I think that was very, very close. Good set piece, really good set piece. Bright, inventive. I tell you what, they've had looked bright and inventive at set pieces.
It's a very brave linesman that doesn't put his flag up there, because they're running in opposite directions. It's very, very hard to tell when there's a marginal offside in those situations, and it's just so much easier to stick your flag up and avoid any controversy. 62 gone here on TalkSport 2, where we've brought you so many international matches during this break. The latest one is as good as any you've heard. Netherlands 1, Germany 2. Sané has it for the Germans with his back to goal. Lays it back to Toni Kroos, and he goes out to the right-hand side, and Ginter breaking forward from the back here. Matthias Ginter out to the right-hand side, and Kehrer chips up the ball. Oh, Cillessen struggling, gets a right paw to it, and just does enough to scramble it away. Less than convincing. Really good ball in though by Kehrer.
Well, Sillessen's not the biggest, but he had to use all his height there just to get fingertips on that. Good ball to the back post from Kehrer.
Now it's the Dutch turn with Blind getting it forward to Promes down the left. And Quincy Promes is advancing into the penalty area, gets it into Depay, tries to get the shot away, and he does, and he scores! It's 2-2! And who else but Memphis Depay? Oh, what a talisman he is for Ronald Koeman's side. 2 goals and 2 assists 3 days ago. Now an assist and a goal tonight against Germany. He tucked it away brilliantly low into the bottom corner, and it's Netherlands 2, Germany 2.
Oh, what a finish. Depay's been reborn under Ronald Koeman. He just comes alive in the box. Another really good move down this left-hand side. As soon as they get it, Depay's in the box. Right, can I receive it? You bet he can. Good first touch. Gets a little bit lucky. Lovely ricochet, but a good one too. I think it's Promes with the setback. It might have been Wijnaldum. Shows real composure. Low, just passes it into the bottom corner. Neuer, absolutely no chance. And he's been like a new man, hasn't he, Depay under Koeman?
Oh, I was watching Ronald Koeman's reaction there, and he just did a jig of joy on the touchline as the ball was rifled low into the bottom corner. Memphis Depay yet again hauling the Dutch level, and a pre-rehearsed celebration routine as well, which the fans here thoroughly enjoyed. And Germany's 2-goal half-time lead has been completely wiped out.
Well, I did say I think the Dutch would have wanted that result, certainly when they beat them earlier. Not to be a one-off, to show that, look, you know, we mean business, we're here for good, and they've certainly done that here. Really great comeback. Tempo's been much higher. They moved the ball really quickly. And obviously when you've got Depay, you've always got a chance.
And right now, if you had to pick a winner, it would be the Netherlands, because they have dominated since half-time. They've grabbed the 2 goals back to equalise, and the fans here are baying for more. Daley Blind has it, just short of halfway. So many attacks have started through him. It's in midfield with De Jong, just in the centre circle. Gets it out to the right-hand side. There's Gnabry helping out defensively. We haven't seen anything from him in an offensive capacity since half-time, really. As De Jong wins it back for the Netherlands and goes back to De Ligt, and with Daley Blind again. And now on this left-hand side with Martin de Roon. 25 minutes to play, and don't go anywhere, because they could be 25 brilliant minutes based on how this second half has gone.
Well, look, you've got to give credit to Ronald Koeman, because he made that change at half-time. Look, I think they were in the ascendancy anyway, but the Germans now, what does Joachim Löw do? Because if they keep continuing to play like this in this formation, which I don't think has suited them, look, they got 2 good goals, but it certainly hasn't suited them.
Here goes Promes, cutting inside from the left, goes for the shot. Just got a little overexcited there, I think. Quincy Promes tried to hit it with the outside of his right boot, and it was harmlessly into the side netting.
That was a poor finish, actually. Dragged his shot horribly wide. But what does Joachim Löw do? I think he's got to make a change. He's got to be proactive here.
Kimmich is down. He got a challenge in the face, I think it was, from De Roon. It was accidental. Just watching the replay now, and yes, it was De Roon who caught him in the face and he went down in front of the benches. He's back on his feet now, and he'll be okay to continue. But certainly no sign of a German change as yet. 66 minutes gone. It's been an absolute cracker here in Amsterdam. Netherlands 2, Germany 2. Long ball forward by Rudiger. Not long enough, really. We're really hemmed in here, Germany. Sané forced all the way back to the edge of his own penalty area. And the back pass by Ginter. Neuer can take no chances there. He's just got to hoof that right-footed up towards halfway. One in the air by Blind. They're desperately trying to put the pressure on here again, Netherlands, as they search for a third goal. And it's hacked out of play by Ginter, off Promes and out for a throw to the Germans. And now he is looking to make a change, and it's İlkay Gündoğan of Manchester City who is waiting to come on. He'll have to continue waiting because the ball's still in play, with Virgil van Dijk of Liverpool goes back to his goalkeeper Jasper Cillessen.
Well, I felt like a change had to come at some point. I wouldn't be surprised if it's Goretzka. He's been very quiet. Good one. I thought he was quite good actually against Serbia. So need to do something. I just wonder whether they'll stick with the same formation. Maybe they'll change it around. Have to wait and see.
Van Dijk bringing the ball forward from the back, as he is wont to do. Gets it forward, laid off to Blind, now out to Quincy Promes on the left. Gets it inside to Depay, laid off, played back into Promes again inside the penalty area. Oh, he very nearly slipped away there from Toni Kroos. It's gone behind for a corner.
Oh, lovely little third man run there from Quincy Promes. Good little ball from De Roon. I think Toni Kroos is appealing that he was pulled back. He might have been there. Fortunate to get the corner for me, the Dutch. And they're already showing they're decent at set pieces.
Well, it'll be another of those viciously curling in-swinging corners from Memphis Depay. Could go short, and they have done, because it's 2v1. Germany just not paying attention. And the ball is played to the far post. It's loose inside the penalty area. Oh, what a scramble. That was like a non-league scramble. Eventually, Germany try and get it away. It's blocked, played towards the edge of the penalty area, and the overhead kick from Depay goes through to Manuel Neuer. That was not an elite-level football scramble, was it? Extraordinary.
Well, it just had to switch on here, Germany, at set pieces. They looked all over the place. The Dutch took that one quickly. 2v1, but they didn't send another player out, the Germans, even when they took it, the Dutch.
Well, they didn't even take it quickly, did they? They had time to realise it was 2v1, and they just took full advantage. They haven't really defended the Dutch set pieces very well at all, particularly since he switched to the in-swinging corners. The out-swinging corners from Depay have been dealt with very easily. And David's absolutely spot on. It is Goretzka going off. He's been on the periphery of things, really. And Gündoğan comes on for his 31st international cap. Before the World Cup last year, we heard him regularly getting booed by the German crowd because he was pictured with the Turkish president. He's got Turkish roots, of course, and it didn't go down well with the Germany supporters. Mesut Ozil also booed for the same reasons, but that seems to have blown over a little bit now. And with 20 minutes to play, it's 2-2 here, and both managers have made one change. As it's played forward down the left-hand side for Germany. They just haven't been able to put any sort of attacking momentum together since half-time. They've been really poor since the break.
Well, they scored two stunning goals, but to me, the formation doesn't really suit them. I mean, that back three is actually turning into a back five at times when the Dutch push their wingers on, so it means that there's an awful lot of space in the middle of the park to cover. When they are going from back to front this time, the Dutch are reading them really well and then picking up the second ball, so it's very difficult for the Germans to get a foothold in this game.
Well, they certainly answered a lot of questions in the first half, Germany, but there are more questions now in the second half. Simply, you wonder if there'll be further changes when the sides come out again in June. We're getting a look on our monitors of the Depay finish. It really was pinpoint and precise. No chance at all for Manuel Neuer. And that has got the game level with 19 to play.
It was a clever goal, wasn't it? Because I think he was aiming for the far corner, just reversed it along the ground towards the near, just caught Manuel Neuer out. Super little finish.
So Van Dijk playing it square to De Ligt. Very surprised to see that the Netherlands are dominating possession, 53-47. That's increased since half-time. Daley Blind comes forward and rolls it square. And it's played out wide by Wijnaldum. Dumfries to get the cross in. Well blocked by Schultz. And it comes back to Denzel Dumfries. And rolls it back to the halfway line. De Ligt square for Virgil van Dijk. Out to this near side and De Roon this time. Netherlands 2, Germany 2. Are we going to get a winner? And if so, at which end? We've seen nothing in an attacking sense from Germany in this second half. One cross which Cillessen had to tip away. Otherwise, he's been as much of a spectator as we have since the interval. There's Depay. He's been pulled over. It's a free kick to the Netherlands down the left-hand side. Joshua Kimmich was the player who did that, and it was totally unnecessary, really, because he knows it's another great chance for Depay to curl it in right-footed. Oh, he tried a cheeky back heel when the Germans weren't looking, and it was an ill-advised free kick because he hit it straight against Gnabry and the chance has gone.
What was he doing there? I mean, just take your time, set it up properly, put in another dangerous delivery, in-swinger. Instead he tries a clever back heel that he's got absolutely horribly wrong, gifted the ball back to the Germans.
That's bordering on showboating, isn't it?
Yeah. I mean, you can tell his tail is up, and rightly so. I mean, he's in the form of his life at the minute, but just keep doing what you're doing.
Also, you put in several cracking in-swinging deliveries, one of which led to a goal. You've got a great angle there to put the ball in. I think that was a poor decision from a player who has been anything but poor for his country in recent months. Here's Matthias Ginter for Germany in the right-back area. Oh, that was a terrible giveaway to Blind. He, though, wasn't able to hold on to the ball either, and Germany get away with that. Their passing has not been as good as we saw in the first half, that's for sure, Germany. There's another giveaway, this time from Gnabry, as he looked for Sané. And it's just hacked forward straight through to Neuer.
Well, Gundogan hasn't had a touch yet. He's just operating as a number 10, just off the front. They've got Kroos and Kimmich, who's two holding midfield players, but he's struggling to get on the ball at the moment.
Northern Ireland 1, Belarus 1 in this group. Slovenia 1, Macedonia 1 elsewhere. Group I, Cyprus 0, Belgium 2. Belgium looking to make it 6 points out of 6 in that group. It's 2-2 here with 16 to play. It's just a question now of, can anyone get a winner, and if so, who will get it? Certainly, you can't believe there won't be chances for more goals because it's been so open. Ball is cleared quickly by Neuer out to this near side, and Matthias Ginter of Mönchengladbach on his 24th appearance for his country. Rolled out to the left-hand side, picked up by Schultz. Tries a little give and go. He was quickly caught in possession. That's been typical of the way the Dutch have approached things really since half-time. Right in the Germans' faces, not allowing them any time on the ball. It's been a totally different German performance since the interval. Ginter down the right-hand side though, looking for Kehrer. Will he get to the byline? No, he won't. That goes out of play, and it'll be a goal kick, which Cillessen will take with a quarter of an hour left here on TalkSport 2. Netherlands 0, Netherlands 2, Germany 2.
That's been a really good game, hasn't it? As you said earlier, very open, some high quality goals. Some of the finishes have been superb.
Now we've seen 4 really good goals here. Sané with a magnificent finish, which gave Cillessen no chance. Wonderful individual goal from Gnabry. That's certainly one of the goals of this international break. De Ligt with a really good header, and then Depay, fantastic smart finish low past Manuel Neuer, and that is where we are, 2-2.
Well, you said from the international break, but looking at the Dutch results, They've had 7 wins from 7, from the under-17s to the 18s to the 19s to the 20s. And obviously the senior team, this will be 8 from 8. So they're a country that are on a roll.
They're doing something right. He's really turned the corner, hasn't he, Ronald Koeman, after that first game when he lost to England. Since then, it's just been up and up and up. It just looks and feels right with Ronald Koeman in the Dutch dugout.
And you've got to say, I think he actually tried to sign Depay when he was at Everton. So I think, Depay knows that his confidence in him, and maybe he's repaying him. He's certainly playing like a completely different player to the one we knew at United.
Again, they're really trying to pressure the Germans when they're in possession, and they're hustling them into errors. There's another one. Schultz just banging it straight downfield, straight through to Cillessen. They haven't looked cohesive at all, have Germany. Just to remind you that they are playing with both Gnabry and Sané in advanced positions. Gundogan occasionally advance of those. Another corner kick here, given away by Rudiger, and they've looked very, very dangerous from these set plays. This will be their 8th corner. They've mixed things up an awful lot from these set pieces of the Dutch. I wonder if he'll try one of these outswingers, Depay. These have not been as effective in the game. And no one going across for the short corner this time, so it looks like he will curl this in from the right-hand side. Goes towards Van Dijk on the far post, gets the header in. It has to be hacked away in front of Manuel Neuer. It's laid off again by Van Dijk to Promes. He curls it to the far post. That's an easy catch, though, for the German captain, Manuel Neuer.
Yeah, just looking at the marking system there from the Germans. They do mark zonally. 4 in a line and 3 a little bit higher, closer to the pen spot, and just one-man markers. So what it does mean, if Van Dijk, for example, gets a run and it's a deeper ball, an outswinger, it's very difficult for those zones to get on the end of it.
Remember, it was Van Dijk in the Nations League who snatched a very, very late equaliser to make it 2-2 when these sides met in Germany. And then, of course, in the home game at Rotterdam, Netherlands won by 3-0. And the result of all that was that the Germans finished bottom of the group and were relegated to the second tier the next time the Nations League takes place, whereas the Dutch top the group and will play in the semi-finals against England in Portugal in June the 8th. Take for your diary, something everyone to look forward to. The ball is on this near side for Germany with Kehrer, and he goes back to Ginter. That's rolled inside to a central area. Gnabry gets it out wide to the left. Schultz, left side of the penalty area, cuts back on his right side. His weaker right foot, that's swatted away dismissively by Van Dijk, and he gets it forward, and there's 3 up here for the Netherlands, and it's Depay tearing through the middle, rolls it through, looking to find Promes. And Wijnaldum was the player who was breaking from midfield and just couldn't get to the ball in time.
I was unlucky, really good break. Depay just carrying his side good 30-40 yards up the pitch, tried to find Wijnaldum. It's very tight though. Neuer just came out, sweeper keeper, snuffed out any danger. He's had a good game, hasn't he, tonight, Neuer? I don't really think he could do anything about the goals. There were 2 good finishes, but his all-round game, he's made some good saves and he's covered well. His positioning's been good, his decision-making.
And he's still only 32, Manuel Neuer. He does turn 33 in a few days' time. But we tend to think of him as being a real veteran. He's still potentially got many years in goal for Germany.
And certainly, I think when obviously he made the call, Joachim Löw and Hummels, Boateng and Müller, a lot of people thought, well, what about Neuer? But he stuck to his guns. Won't be turned on him, that's for sure.
This is his 86th appearance for Germany, by the way. We're into the last 10 minutes. It's all square in Amsterdam after what has been a really good match here. Netherlands 2, Germany 2. Is that the end of it, or is there a further chapter to come here in the Dutch capital? Long from Manuel Neuer. Wasn't really the contact he was looking for, but it's worked out okay because it's been picked up by Gundogan. And he gets it out to Schultz on the left-hand side. Inside further to Sané, who hasn't been nearly as effective since half-time. He tries to ghost past the first defender. He was dispossessed, but he's won it back, and it's a great turn by Sané as well. And Germany get the free kick on the corner of the penalty area, and it's De Jong who has brought down Toni Kroos there, just outside the corner of the penalty area.
Well, he's a little bit late, but Toni Kroos saw the challenge coming, just kept it away from him using his little toe. Lovely skill, but Leroy Sané, first time we've really seen him on the ball. Skipped away from De Ligt, but we've barely seen him in this second half. Very quiet.
Compared to the first half, where he was absolutely dominating that Dutch backline. Now, free kick, about 5 yards outside the corner, the left corner of the penalty area. Toni Kroos over the ball. We know what he can do from this type of position, because he's been doing it for club and country for so long now. Is he going to go for goal himself? It's Kroos, he does go for it, but it's wide of the near post. In the end, it was well wide, I think. Cillessen wasn't unduly concerned about that at all.
Well, they had two on the ball. I don't know if he used the man going down the outside just to move that wall. Look, it did break. I think he was aiming in between them, but he just dragged his shot towards the near post. He's got to do better there. And also, you had Rudiger, you had all the centre-halves up. Maybe should have been better delivering that into the box.
Rather tip of eyes. Germany's attacking efforts really since half-time. They've been really poor since the interval. Totally different team. That early goal in the second half from De Ligt changed the entire complexion of this match, as we thought it would do if the Dutch scored next, and they did. Depay, left-hand side for them. Sort of position where he loves to curl them in. He's turned away beautifully from Kimmich there. Still Depay. That's a lovely layoff, and it's hit from the edge of the D. Well blocked. Comes out further on that right-hand side. Again, they're looking to apply the pressure here. It's rolled back by Wijnaldum. Comes to the centre circle, and Van Dijk. He gets it out to the left, and Blind. 7 minutes to play, 2-2 on TalkSport 2. The ball's with De Roon. Rolls it square. De Ligt gets it forward again. Just nudged forward and back again to Van Dijk. Out to Daley Blind once more, just waiting for the right opening. He's rolled it down to Depay, who's being held there by Ginter, but he's rolled it back to Blind brilliantly. There's the cross, it's straight to Neuer. Poor cross in the end from Blind.
It was too close to Neuer, but that man Depay, he's got a streak of the maverick about him, hasn't he? You can tell he's confident form, willing to take the ball in, try tricks and flicks. Look, sometimes they don't come off, but when they do, I mean, they can be game changers.
Well, we saw his strength there because Kimmich was wrestling him, and he still held his ground and got the layoff. Now, here come Germany at the other end. Left-footed shot straight at Cillessen. Well, it's the first time in the second half we've really seen Gnabry advancing into the penalty area, but he got the shot away. And fortunately for the Netherlands, it was straight at their goalkeeper.
Well, again, it's another brilliant ball. We used to see them in the first half. I haven't seen him much in this second. Dropped over De Ligt's head. There's Gnabry, fancies his chances. I mean, for his goal, he went in on the inside. That time went down the line onto his left. Weaker left side finish.
Here come Germany again. Gnabry collects just outside the D. No way past Blind on that occasion. We've got 5.5 minutes to go, plus stoppage time. And that is a free kick to Germany as Martin de Roon pulls his man back. They've taken it quickly, the referee has allowed it. It's clipped up to this near side where Kehrer was waiting. It's played back to him by Ginter. Now Sané on the edge of the area, on his left foot, back on his right foot. He's juggling the ball and shooting left-footed from the edge of the D. Really well blocked, and now the break could be on for the Dutch. Oh, what a waste. Ginter with the interception, still could be on. Again, Ginter blocks it. Dumfries launches it out to Depay. It's turned into a beautiful ball. Depay left side of the area, curls to the far post. Oh, what a header from Rudiger to put it behind for a corner.
Oh, so unlucky there, the Dutch on the counter-attack. Couldn't quite get that final pass right. Dumfries could though. What a brilliant switch of play. Again though, Depay's out on the left. I mean, he's got such good delivery. So dangerous. Rudiger had to clear it then. Otherwise Barbel was in at the back, not Barbel. Thomas was in at the back post.
Final 5. 2-2 between Netherlands and Germany. 9th corner for the Dutch. Played to the near post, easily away, not too far. Left-footed shot is brilliantly blocked from the edge of the penalty area. There's Wijnaldum, I think, letting fly, and in the end it's hacked away for a throw down the left to the Dutch. Ronald Koeman looking rather frustrated down there, because he will feel now that his side probably deserved to go on and win this game. Marco Reus waiting to come on for Germany. Amazed that he hasn't come on sooner, quite honestly.
Oh, incredible. I mean, he was sensational against Serbia. Really surprised. Set up the goal for Goretzka, and basically everything he done was magnificent. Really surprised he didn't start, or certainly come on earlier than this. What's he got, 5 minutes?
Well, it's going to be a very brief cameo to change the game at this stage. Sure, Joachim Löw has a reason for not bringing him on sooner, bearing in mind how he set up the equaliser against Serbia just the other day. But for whatever reason, it's going to be a very, very late appearance here in Amsterdam. Blind plays it forward. Little layoff here. And suddenly there's room on the far side. Is Promes going to have a go? He tried to find Depay in the 6-yard area. And a big stretch to get that away. They look very, very stretched in the middle there, Germany. It was actually a decent ball in, wasn't it, from Dumfries, but just couldn't pick out Depay.
Well, you can see what he's trying to do, find Depay at the back post, but a really good interception from Schüller.
So 3 minutes left. Marco Reus waiting to come on, and it'll be Serge Gnabry who makes way here for Reus. So Gnabry, who got the second goal in really astonishing fashion, breathtakingly brilliant goal, but at the moment it's only good enough for a point. On comes Marco Reus for his 39th international cap.
Well, it's a brave call when you start Gnabry instead of Reus, but when Gnabry finishes like that, it's justified, isn't it? What a strike that was.
Van Dijk lays it off to his left, and Blind gets it forward down the left-hand side for Quincy Promes, faced by two. He's poked that in field back to Blind again. And Blind is just ushered out of it by Ginter. Ginter has to put it into touch though for a throw to the Netherlands. A few yards back from the corner flag. They've already taken it and gone back to Van Dijk. Rolled square by the Liverpool man to De Ligt. Out to Dumfries down the right. We're into the last 2 minutes here. Dumfries tries to roll it down towards Promes. It breaks for Dumfries and then he loses it, and Germany will try and counter. Their counters have been pretty ineffective so far in the second half. Could they launch one late here? They're in the centre circle, and Kimmich finds Kroos down that left flank. It's out with Schultz now, back to Kroos again. It's not really going anywhere, this attack. The Dutch have got plenty of men back. It's all been rather laboured from Germany since the interval, well, really ever since they got the second goal. And again, there will be further questions asked about Germany after this. They might well think a point away to the Netherlands is a decent result, but after being 2-0 up and completely controlling the game, they'll be bitterly disappointed if they don't win it now. Into the 90th minute, and suddenly they're in behind. This could be a chance. It's a huge chance and a goal! Oh, Germany have surely won it! Would you believe it? Nico Schultz, the left wing-back, has picked his spot with virtually their first attack of the second half. And in the 90th minute, Amsterdam is stunned. It's Netherlands 2, Germany 3.
Oh, would you believe it? I don't think anyone saw this coming, but it's a really well-crafted goal from the Germans. I think that man Reus again's at the heart of it. He's only been on the pitch a few minutes, but it's a terrific little move here. 1 and 2 touch football around the Dutch box. Great run in behind. Super pick out. Really calm and composed into the path for Schultz on his weaker right foot. It's Reus, that man Reus, a lovely cutback. He just side foots it low into the corner. Silicon absolutely no chance. But look, we spoke about Reus in terms of the effect he had against Serbia. He's come on, he's only had a couple of minutes already, set up the winner.
Well, we said it was asking a lot to bring Reus on with 4 minutes left to change the game, but would you believe it, that's exactly what he's done. And Nico Schultz gets his second international goal. The Hoffenheim man has surely won the game now. Ronald Koeman has brought on Luc de Jong for De Roon. It's asking a lot for the Dutch to pull it back now. We're into stoppage time. And that is a real turn up for the books, because the Netherlands have absolutely dominated this second half. But the Germans have come up with a brilliant goal in the 90th minute. And will that prove to be the winner? What a shocker for the Dutch.
Well, I mean, look, is it a surprise? Probably. I mean, they haven't played that well, but when you're bringing on someone with the quality of Royce, you've always got a chance. I mean, he set up the goal for Goretzka against Serbia, and he's done exactly the same here. Might get another one.
Again, Marco Reus looking to set Germany on their way again. It's rolled wide by Kroos, but he didn't get his ball right that time. Only 2 minutes, by the way, of stoppage time was signalled, and we played 90 seconds.
Well, they need to get the ball forward. That's what they got De Jong on for, to win these long flick-ons.
He doesn't, though. He's beaten in the air by Süle.
Even Van Dijk's up there now.
Here is Van Dijk looking to clip it in towards De Jong again. It's Niklas Süle who gets it away, and a misjudgment of the bounce there. The Germans just hack it into the Dutch half, and well, he's trying his best, Sané, to try and capitalise on that long ball, but they've got it away. And now, this is now or never as far as the Dutch are concerned. Could they get on the end of that? Again, Süle with the challenge. And there's the full-time whistle, and it's a stunning victory for Germany. They were 2-0 up, they were pegged back to 2-2. They were completely dominated by the Dutch, and then in the very last minute of the game, substitute Marco Reus set up Schultz, and the left wing-back side-footed it low past Cillessen to steal all 3 points for Germany. It's the perfect start to their Euro 2020 qualifying campaign, and what a sickener for Ronald Koeman and the Netherlands. It's finished. Netherlands 2, Germany 3.